one of the mistakes that I had been making is thinking about that stage as the destination as opposed to a means to an end. Like, how are they gonna make me? They can't make me. My mama made me, my daddy made me, my God made me. So how on earth are you going to make me? All you can do is be a hand that's laid on me as I am walking towards my final destination. I don't even know what my final destination is. That's like a holy assignment that the ancestors put on here for me. So all I can do is just walk firmer towards that assignment. And that information that you get about maybe not this way, it's like I received it in the moment. I was like, oh, I thought I was going this way. Oh, okay, we're taking a left turn. Okay, I'm going to trust it. Because guess what? Like higher power, universe, God, ancestors, they actually know more than I do. They have more information than I do. So I'm going to trust that and not assume that that was a destination that I desperately have to get inside of. You're listening to Madam Speaker Says, your no fluff cheat code to becoming the voice everyone listens to. I'm your host, Magogodi. If you've been waiting for a permission slip to straighten your crown and take up space like you invented the blueprint, Madam Speaker Says got you covered. No whispers, no apologies, just you, me, and some bold ass moves. Let's get into it. Welcome to Madam Speaker Says. I am your host. My name is Magogodi, and today we're going to talk about the big, the ugly, the capital, huge R. I just recently went through the big R. I pitched myself for something monumental. And oof, the big R that I got back, right? I got this huge capital R rejection. This episode is for you if you are the kind of person who stays on your game, okay? And you gave the thing your all. The story that I'm about to share with you, the reason why this rejection was like, really? Is this happening? Is because all of the signals were like, girl, you got this. Girl, you're winning. Girl, we want you. We want this. This is for you. This is your moment and your opportunity. And then the thing that came back to me was like, did I just make that up? Like, what just happened? If you're that person, if you've recently gone through a rejection, or if you are going through pitching yourself, and let's be clear, if you're the kind of person who has receipts and has the expertise, but you're here to level up to the next level into authority, if you're stepping into authority, it's going to take you pitching yourself over and over and over again, sometimes to the same people, right? And sometimes taking that rejection and putting it somewhere else. In this conversation, I'm going to get you together, so together, how to pitch after you have been rejected. And even if it's not necessarily a recent rejection for you, what I'm about to share with you is going to change the game for how you think about pitching overall and what rejection is all about. Hi, welcome. This is mini episode between us working on huge seasons, right? We just wrapped up season 2 of Madam Speaker Says. We're getting ready to gear up for season 3 of Madam Speaker Says. Let me tell you something, it's going to be fire. Okay, you want to mark your calendars. Sunday, April 5, season 3 drops. And when it does, I'm telling you, these guests are going to completely reorient the chemistry in your brain and get you together and understanding that you're not just somebody who knows some things, who's experienced some things, who has taught some things. You're the authority, and you need to stop waiting on whatever permission slip you're hoping to get from somewhere else and start today acting like the authority that we need you to be, right? Because if you're paying attention, these streets are smoking, and the public square, the things that are flying in our politics, in our economy, the people who have the microphone are not the people who we should be holding up to a pedestal and saying, okay, teach us something. You, on the other hand, you know something, but you keep it quiet. And we need you right now more than we ever have before. So that expertise, girl, it's time to turn that expertise into the authority that smacks down the nonsense in the public square. We're about to get you all the way together. Now, where was I? What was I saying? Oh, I know exactly what I was saying. I was telling you about what happened to me. And listen, this is like you and me being super intimate here. So if you hear the dog, okay, during our conversation, just understand you are here, you're sitting at my desk with me, and we're here to kiki. So I'm gonna keep it real with you. The way that I really can keep it real with you is telling you about this rejection letter that I got. This was about a week and a half ago. And this opportunity, the way that I thought about it when I was in the ring and getting the opportunity and pitching, right? I was like, this is a game changer. This is a make or break kind of thing for public speaking specifically. So I was pitching myself on one of the big, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? I'm not going to tell it out. You and me, like I said, this is intimate. I was in the running for a huge TED talk. Like I'm not talking about like TEDx. I'm talking about like main events, like at the main conference with the red circle, with like all of the people and all of the production. And like, you don't understand. If you are somebody who is a speaker of any kind, speaking on that main stage, TED like stage, it's like the Grammys, okay, in this particular world. And I was so excited when I tell you that I nailed the pitch, when I tell you that I moved not just from pitching, but to the final air, like the finalists round. And I'm not making this up. If you're curious, you can see the very nice rejection letter that I got redirected. So you're gonna be on the inside because you're here, right? And we're kiki. And not only are we kiki, but like you're having a very intimate conversation with me. Go on social media and you will see on Instagram and all the socials, you will see the rejection letter that they sent me. It was a very kind, very thoughtful. It wasn't like an unfortunately, but it would definitely had them vibes of why this wasn't a fit and da, da, da. They don't actually get into why it wasn't a fit. But the thing that I want to drive, when I got this, I was so shook because I had put in all of the work and I was so clear that it was mine. Like I knew that this was mine. I mean, I knew it from the things that were being said in conversations. It was like, oh, you are who we've been looking for. So when I read this, I was like, I'm confused. You spelled my name wrong. Like, I know you spelled it like Magogodi correctly, but like, I'm sure this was for Mary because like, not me, not this Magogodi. Who are you talking to? But what I walked away understanding, and this is the thing that we're going to get into today, is that when you pitch yourself really big and things seem to be moving along, right? You get yourself to that finalist stage, and then you get this huge big R seemingly out of nowhere, right? I believe in divine time. So for me, there's no seemingly out of nowhere. But when you get that huge big R, the temptation is your brain wants to tell you that this outcome means something as a verdict for the future, as opposed to, no, this is just information, fam. Your brain wants to do that. And the beautiful thing about where I was and how many times I pitched myself is when I got this rejection letter, I was like, oh, okay. First, I'm going to be real. It did sting a little bit because I put myself so much into it. I really had given my all. But I use this as an opportunity to say, like, ancestors, God, universe, I hear you speaking to me right now. And I want to accept this and thank you for this with the grace and the full body yes as the moments that are for me, because this is happening for me, right? Granted, I've done a lot of work to get to that moment where a rejection this big, because I had given it everything, like I couldn't really like, there's nothing that they could say to me that was like, oh, because you said this, or oh, because you did this. I was like, listen, like, honey, I gave this everything. There's nothing that I didn't leave on the table. So I know that this is higher power speaking to me and trying to tell me something. So I accept that. And I celebrate that. And I want to be awake to that. Whatever this message is that is here to tell me, no, not this door. I'm like, thank you. Thank you, God. You are saving me not walking through this door. Number one. But number two, and this is the real big thing, Do not confuse the information that you receive as who you are. Don't do that. Instead, you need to take that information as feedback about where you are. It is feedback about where you are. It is not information about who you are. There's no rejection that's ever going to change who you are, how deserving you are, or how much of a person who is enough that you already are. You're enough. You don't need some institution, some brand, some organization, some person to put a rubber stamp on you to say, oh, now you've made it. You're the thing. There's no such thing like that, right? So number one, get it all the way together that way. I want you to understand it takes a lot of work to get to that place where you're willing to accept things that happen. And again, I told you, like, there's going to be all kinds of noises and yummy things. That's an airplane going over. Let's get into it, right? What you need to know from feeling rejected when you are in pitching mode is that this is part of the work. And I'm going to now give you some tools that will help you the next time you are pitching yourself. And you don't even have to wait for the next time. These are tools that you can start using right now so that that big R that you experienced, like the one that I just shared with you over TED and the TED main stage, instead of taking that as like, oh, I guess this isn't meant for me, you use that opportunity as a way to supercharge what it is you're working on and as rocket fuel. Okay, what's the toolkit? What do I mean? Number one, I want you to understand that rejection helps you clarify the assignment. Any rejection that you get for something huge that you pitch yourself to, once you reorient your mind around this, I'm telling you now, you will never ever take any pitch as this is the end all be all. All a pitch is information that you can use right now when you are accepted or not accepted. If you don't move forward, if it feels like a rejection, then all that is, it helps you clarify your assignment. Okay. For me, with this particular rejection, it was a way for me to understand immediately, almost, I understood. Oh, wait a minute. One of the mistakes that I had been making is thinking about that stage as the destination as opposed to a means to an end. Like, how are they gonna make me? They can't make me. My mama made me, my daddy made me, my God made me. So how on earth are you going to make me? All you can do is be a hand that's laid on me as I am walking towards my final destination. I don't even know what my final destination is. That's like a holy assignment that the ancestors put on here for me. So all I can do is just walk firmer towards that assignment. And that information that you get about maybe not this way, it's like, I received it in the moment. I was like, oh, I thought I was going this way. Oh, okay, we're taking a left turn. Okay, I'm going to trust it. Because guess what? Like, higher power, universe, God, ancestors, they actually know more than I do. They have more information than I do. So I'm going to trust that and not assume that that was a destination that I desperately have to get inside of. Part of understanding that rejection helps you clarify the assignment is also understanding that the rejection itself, and not just the rejection, the pitch itself and the work of pitching yourself at that high level, it upgrades your work. Whether, like, no matter what happens, when you're in pitch mode, you have to be on your game. And let me tell you something. This is why I say I couldn't be mad. I was so on my game. I was so proud of myself. And there was a part of me that was like, I'm invincible right now. And that part, that is a true part, right? That you have to kind of hone in and be like that top-notch athlete. That top-notch athlete, you get to keep that no matter what the outcome is of the pitch. And that upgraded work, that's the thing that you're going to take with you because you get to extract it. You get to extract the asset, and the asset is your upgraded work. Your asset is also what this opportunity has given you. What new information do you have that you've learned from having been through this pitch process? Take that with you. Understand that now you are upgraded, you've leveled up, and you get to keep that. That's not something that somebody else did for you, right? You did that. It's yours. Own it. Stop acting like it ends when these people or whatever the institution, whoever the gatekeeper is, like they don't have the final say on how you use your own work. That's number one. Number two, girl, reassign the stage. As soon as that happened with me, with Ted, I was like, oh, got it. Ding, 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 universe, thank you. This is not the destination. All right, cool. So, what other places do I need to get myself in front of? Where else do I need to start pitching? And for me, one of the things that's really fascinating is thinking really deeply about who do I want to impact? What kind of change do I want to see in those people's lives? And how can I take the asset that's mine, right? Everything that's good that I worked for through the pitch. How do I take that and pitch it to those people? Like in those new stages. And sometimes here's the thing. Here is the thing. Sometimes we get a little bit fixated on the big shiny stages like, oh my God, this is the biggest, the most important, da, 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 da. Everybody understands like what it means when you've been through this. And so you get into a tailspin when that gatekeeper of that place tells you like, not right now. That's another thing. No doesn't always mean no. Sometimes it just means not right now. And you need to hear that. But number two, like there's so many stages in the world, and the best stages are the ones that you own. But if you're going to pitch yourself somewhere else, understand that somewhere else might not look as shiny. It might not have a marquee with your name outside, but if it's smaller, if it's intimate, that means there's higher trust. That means there's things that you're going to get from this opportunity that you couldn't have gotten from that place that rejected you, that has the marquee on the outside, right? You really need to be awake to what is this opportunity giving you and what is this moment trying to teach you about where you are, instead of just rolling with like, oh my God, this tells me everything about who I am. Remember, it doesn't tell you anything about who you are. It tells you about where you are. This is information you can use about where you are. Number three, it's about R&D, right? So any rejection is R&D. It is not a referendum. This should be self-explanatory. And this is really important because once you fully embody this, and when I say embody, I mean like you get the rejection letter today, and within a couple of hours, you understand this has got nothing to do with me. This is actually just good information, research, and development. Then actually that rejection becomes rocket fuel for your next pitch, right? It actually becomes the thing that puts so much velocity behind you that you're unstoppable, as opposed to tanking you and like stopping you from ever sending a pitch again. This is really important. This part is so critical. If you can get this and embody it, it's like again, like swallow the red pill, okay? Or is it the blue pill? I don't know. That tells you everything about me. If you can understand this at the level of like, I have swallowed the pill, I'm fully on board. I understand, like you will never, ever, first of all, stop pitching, which you always have to pitch. You're going to have to be pitching yourself, your ideas, and the things that you care the most about. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but as a leader, that is part of your job. You are in the world and in the business of pitching. That is part of your assignment. And once you understand that this is R&D, it is not some indictment, it is not some referendum. Once you understand that and you live from that truth, not only will you always be in pitch mode, which you kind of have to be, but you will be unstoppable. When new information comes in, you treat it as R&D and you're like, okay, cool, got it. What can I learn here? What was good here? What's for me here? And how can I take that to the next level? Let's re-summarize. What is in the toolkit? Toolkit number one, extract the asset. Take what is good from all the work that you've just done, pitching. Number two, reassign the stage. Just because those gatekeepers said, not right now or not for me, it doesn't mean everybody else is on the same page. Reassign the stage. And number three, this is R&D, research and development, baby. It is not a referendum on you, and it's definitely not a referendum. It's definitely not a referendum on you, and it's definitely not a referendum on your work. If your authority depends on one institution greenlighting you and saying yes, you don't have authority. Ding, 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 ding. What you have is permission anxiety. If you're waiting on one institution or even three institutions, honey, like if you're waiting on them to put a rubber stamp on you and say, okay, now you're the official thing, now people can listen to you, you don't have authority. Instead, what you have is permission anxiety. And I want to tell you another thing. We can see right now in real time what it looks like to have leaders in public spaces, in the highest spaces, who have so much anxiety about their leadership that they're constantly looking for external validation, right? For extra, like, let me put my name on this like historic building that, has his like for decades has been named after this one particular person, but let me put my name on there so that I can feel bigger. Let me invade this country and see if that makes me feel bigger. Let me, like, all of these things, these ways of seeking external validation and thinking that that's where authority comes from. Oh, that assignment, fool's errand, fool's errand. And I want you to remember that your authority does not come from any institution outside of you. Your authority is something that is an inside job. And if right now you are working through, maybe it feels like a failure, maybe you got a big big capital R, right, letter, rejection letter from somewhere, and you're moving through that, and it does feel like something that you're very attached to, and you're just stuck, you feel like some stuck energy. Girl, that's a good place for you and me to check in, okay? Because the kind of work that I do with clients, I mean, we're human. Like, we're going to feel the things that we feel. When you get that rejection letter, sometimes it helps a lot to have somebody else remind you of all of the work that you put in that's yours to take to the next thing. Sometimes you also just need a coach who's like, I hear you. And today, let's just go through all of the ways in which this was messed up because it wasn't supposed to happen. This was your thing. This was your moment, right? But then after that, like, we need some strategy. We can't just be sitting on like, oh, it was owed to me. Oh, such and such promised to me. Like, that's important and there's a time for that, but it's a very short span of time. And when I'm working with my clients, my job is to help them not get back on your feet as quickly as possible, but become whole, emotionally whole, right? Become spiritually whole so that you are tapped into the impact and the assignment that is attached to that particular pitch. This is really not even about you. And we need to, as quickly as possible, get back to the substance of the work that matters the most. And how do we allow you to be the person who's the vessel for that? I want to leave you with a very important and big question. What is the big rejection or the big failure that you have most recently experienced? And how can you begin thinking about that differently? How can you change where you are and how you feel about it so that it becomes fuel instead of feeling like you just got fired? One of the ways that I'm going to ask you to do this, and this is your homework assignment, where can you reuse this pitch once you get off this podcast? I want you to write 3 places where you can reuse that pitch, which you used, right, to get you as far as you got in that rejection or in that failure. I want you to write down 3 new stages, reassign the stage, 3 new places, 3 new stages where you can use that pitch and the new information that you have. So it's actually an improved pitch. It's even better than what you had before. Where can you use that when you get off this particular podcast? When you get off the podcast, write down those 3 things. And next week, when you and I come back and we talk, I need some water. Next week, when you and I come back and we talk, I'm going to walk you through who the heck you think you are to deserve that pitch being met at the energy field of you sending it out. Okay. So I want you to do the homework. And next week, and I mean, like, you get bonus points. Like, if you really want extra credit, send those pitches out before we speak next week. But when we speak next week, for sure, I'm going to get you all the way together to talk about who do you think you are? Like, who do you think you are that you deserve to get these? Who do you think you are to deserve to be on the TED stage? Let's talk about that. Who do you think you are to deserve something even bigger than the TED stage? Let's talk about that. This is Madam Speaker Says. I am your host. I am Magogodi. It is such a pleasure to be here with you. And I want to tell you too about the coaching. You can always learn more about Madam Speaker Says coaching, which I have described here. I work with some clients. If you are the kind of person right now for whom rejection feels like it's knocking you around sideways instead of propelling you forward, you may be interested in working together through my coaching program. All of the details are in show notes. I will see you here next week. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, pull up. Just you and me for a second. Are you an exec, a founder, or an entrepreneur who's sick of shrinking in rooms you're overqualified to lead? It's time to stop playing small and start owning your expertise. But how, Magogodi? Girl, I got you. I offer coaching that helps women of color just like you to claim your place as a thought leader. Whether you want to command a room, craft and share your signature story, or finally get that book out of your head and onto bookshelves, I've got the strategy and spicy accountability that you need. If you're tired of seeing less qualified folks shine while you stay behind the scenes, girl, the wait list is open. Follow the link in show notes to stop waiting for permission and claim your VIP spot now. My mission? Helping women just like you to snatch the spotlight, shake the table, and take your damn seat at the top already. No begging, no detours, and nope, no apologies. Just bold ass moves.